All right, guys, so we're back here at Yes Daddy Garage, and I know a lot of our content so far has been race cars and event coverage and all that good stuff. However, there is, one thing is that as a garage, then you want to do these cool builds, you got to have like the money and a lot of it. So this week our video is just going to be how we kind of do that. So I'm just going to show you, this is our project for the week. We picked up this 2006 Jeep Liberty Renegade. We got it at auction for pretty cheap, and it has listed as mechanical issues, and we were told that the transmission is completely fried out of it. It is a manual, so that's exciting. We're just going to kind of go through it and see what we're working with. Alright, so kind of the first thing I do is I always go around the outside. I'm just looking for anything that really stands out that I'm going to have to fix, otherwise it won't sell. Oh, this one has the nice rims. So we got a taped up window. That usually means like a window regulator or a window motor or something. Paint's all in really good shape. Definitely want to check the roof. A lot of times these ones get some checking on the roof and the paint, which leads to rust, and then it starts peeling back. Did see we've got some holes in our little fog light things here. We'll probably have to get that taken care of. I'm going to move on to the inside next. Alright, so we got under 150,000 miles. That's really something I look for when I'm trying to purchase these vehicles at auction. I find a lot of people stray away from purchasing any vehicle over 150,000 miles, even these older ones. Overall, not too terrible. Got some stains, we'll have to fix all that. We'll use our really good detailer guy that we have, Dennis with D&L Detailing. Guy's a mad genius when it comes to cleaning up these cars. Just want to check a look in the back here. Oh yeah. Alright, I had to cut it out right there. One of my employees was using that air ratchet, so that was pretty loud. Alright, now we're going to cruise underneath and see if we can't find anything obvious with the transmission. And just because I'm super bougie and I don't want to lay on my back on the ground, I'm just going to have to grab this creeper. So when we took it off the tow truck, this thing was making a lot of kind of chiming noise, like it sounded like it had a bell going off inside of it. So I just want to check that rear drive shaft first. And of course you guys can't see, so let me just get some light down here. Alright, so that one seems okay. There's no play. Let me try to, there we go. There's the front one. Oh, yep, there it is. So that is the noise I was hearing when we took it off the tow truck. And if you can see up in there, the front axle shaft where it connects to the transfer case is completely destroyed in there. So I don't know, we might just get lucky and only have to do a front drive shaft. Oh, of course it gets stuck, doesn't it? Son of a... Alright, well, basically what we're running into is this whole flange right there is stuck on the output shaft of the transfer case. So we're going to try to get a pry bar in there and pry that girl out. You can see that it busted through the back end of it. Who doesn't like seeing carnage? No one I know. So you got a bunch of shavings in there. We're gonna have to pull all those out, get it cleaned up, get the new axle mounted up. All right, so we just so happen to have another Jeep Liberty that was salvaged out. All right, taking a look at our drive shaft from our old one, our bad one, and then from our salvage vehicle donor Jeep that we have sitting out back in the parking lot. And not only do they match up in looks and length, but they actually have the exact same OEM part numbers. So this will work, so we're gonna go ahead and throw it in. I'm gonna go ahead and finish taking a look under the hood to see kind of the shape this one's in. Alright, so pretty much all of these Jeep Liberties in this body style came with the 3.7 liter V6, unless it had the 2.8 diesel, which are pretty hard to find. So if you can find one, scoop it up, because you could probably get a good deal of money out of it if you want to flip it. So now all I'm kind of looking for is, right now I'm looking at the exhaust manifolds and valve covers, just trying to see if there's any oil leak down here off these valve cover gaskets. Trying to look in and see. Looks like the coolant is pretty low, so that's something we're gonna have to address. Alright, so air filter's not too bad. Looking down in there, there's not too much, so I'll probably reuse this one, but I am gonna go ahead and I'm gonna vacuum out all that, clean all that out of there. Not that I really need to, because the air filter is doing its job, but who doesn't like a cleaner car, right? Now I'm checking this belt here, checking on the back side, make sure there's no glazing, checking on the ribs there to see if there's any cracking or frays. Not seeing anything. Not seeing anything down here on the radiator hose. Looking for any type of coolant leaks right now. Normally with these Jeeps, I tend to find that the water pump seems to go out pretty often. I'm trying to find a good angle. There we go. You can kind of see down in there, maybe if I can get the right spot. There you go. You can see some dried up coolant down there off of the water pump, so I'm going to go ahead and probably replace that water pump while I'm in here. Same thing, just looking for valve cover gasket leaks, anything like that. Actually, this thing's really dry on the top side. I'm not seeing anything crazy. We're going to verify that water pump when we get down underneath. Alright, and then down underneath here, let's see what we got. Not seeing any leaks up there. So I don't see any active leaks coming from the water pump. Just that glazing from prior. So what I'll do is I'll end up hooking up a coolant pressure tester. I'm going to apply system pressure to it, what's recommended, and then I'll be double checking under here while there's pressure, because if there is any leaks, that's when it's really going to show itself, is while it's under pressure. So continuing on this side, you can see the oil pan gasket is actually really clean, which is nice, because sometimes these oil pan gaskets and the rear main seal tend to go out, and it looks like it's good on both of these. And that's how you fuck yourself up. That did not feel good at all. And a little bit of blood. That means it was worth it. Alright, so just so you people know, the key is to hand start all of your bolts before you use any power tools. Otherwise, you could cross thread your bolts, which will create an entirely new problem for yourself. Alright, that's it. We're all done. Let's go ahead and get this thing out on the road and see if our transmission's okay and if that took care of our loud clanging issue. Caught the whole side of my finger there, so that'll be a nice little blood blister for a couple weeks. But it's okay. Let's get it out on the road and see what we got. Alright, so we just pulled out of the shop. There's the Yes Daddy garage. Looking sexy, of course. And due to technical difficulties I was having with our GoPro, I now have to shoot with my cell phone, so excuse the video quality. But so far, we haven't had any noise coming from the trans while pulling out of the garage there. So we're just gonna go down the street after I buckle my seatbelt, of course, right? Alright, here we go. Alright. So before, when we took this off the truck, it had this really loud, like bell clanging sound.
Hey y'all, Joey here with Yes Daddy Garage. Just giving you a quick breakdown of the 2005 Jeep Liberty Renegade. As you can see here, it's looking pretty clean from the detail. That's being done by D&L Detailing. And as you can see here, the window regulator, it was in fact the fix. That window is now working properly. We replaced the propeller shaft. We replaced the left front door trim panel. Replaced a turn signal bulb. Did an oil change. And as you saw from the beginning of the video with Ryan, we did a safety inspection. Now here is the overall cost of the flip and our selling point. Now keep in mind the cost of the flip wasn't too much because we had the donor vehicle, but I'd say this is an overall win, and we appreciate you guys watching our video. Please check in for more.